You've not applied to different things?
No.
Scholarships, grants, student loans?
I'm not really a good person for scholarship.
Why?
Because I am a white woman.
Shut up. White students receive 70% of scholarships.
Really? Wow.
Full tuition scholarships. Yeah, but you're white, so you can't get scholarships, you said.
Hi, I'm Maya. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Vista, California, and this is Financial Audit.
Thanks for taking the road trip, 1 a.m. leaving. That's crazy. Driving through the night in the desert, but
I felt crazy during it.
Yeah. Well, your finances are crazy, so it's crazy reflecting crazy. Guess it makes sense.
Yep.
What do you do for a living there?
I am a certified nursing assistant.
Okay, yes. And what are we making in that position?
Right now, about $20 an hour.
Dang. Now, this is where it's outside of San Diego, right?
Yeah.
How is $20 an hour stretched in there?
Not well. I would say it probably would do me better, but my hours are kind of dog.
What's you getting?
Right now, I upped it to 7 days a week.
How many hours are you getting?
4.
Huh?
4 a day.
Oh, a day. Okay. Why is this so little?
At least what I'm working with right now is an agency. And so the client that I'm working with only has like a certain hour frame.
Why don't you apply at a hospital then?
I did.
Oh.
So, and I did get accepted.
You got the job?
But it won't happen for a bit.
What's a bit?
Like a month.
You don't have that tattoo because of me, do you?
No, but I thought you'd say that. Don't worry. Don't get too conceited.
Should be. Well, come on. Okay. And how much are you going to make in this job?
I will make $23 an hour.
How many hours a week?
36.
Okay. Well, how's living in the area going to be on that?
Well, right now I kind of live with my parents.
Kind of live with your parents.
I do live with my parents.
As in you live with your parents.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that takes a big chunk of your needs out of the gate.
Yeah.
That makes me then wonder, because usually if living expenses are too high, sometimes we go into debt to survive. But we have the debt anyway. And honestly, that leads me to your hobbies. I never get like a hobbies point. I have notes here, and I never have like hobbies. I don't go look through the hobbies, but what do the hobbies read? Likes to eat out. DoorDash/Uber Eats. Dating. Likes to buy people meals. Buying people gifts. Tattoos. Vaping. Probably not the best hobbies across the board. Dating's not bad, but the buying people meals thing with our finances. So we have debt, but those are our hobbies.
Okay. A thing about that is I don't like when other people pay for me. So I kind of always insist on paying for everyone else. And it kind of feels that it's like something that can be held against me. Like, okay, well, I paid for this, so now you like have to have with me, or now you have
and then
to do
say
it.
off.
I know, and I have a hard time with that. So instead, I just insist on paying, and then that takes out of the equation. But
then I would say, you paid for me. Now I feel like less of a man. I deserve to be slept with. How about that?
I never thought about that.
So, well, I hope no one actually says that. But, okay, so what is going on? Why are we in all this debt? Because, again, you're living at home. One of your big needs. It's taken care of.
Well, some of it isn't exactly from me. Some of it, like, my dad has opened 3 credit cards in my name.
In your name?
In my name.
Over the course of how?
Like, since I was 18, since I could get a credit card.
So over the last 6 years, he's opened 3 cards in your name?
Yeah.
What is he doing with this?
DoorDash.
He's just doing DoorDash?
Yeah.
That's one of your hobbies?
Yeah. It runs in the family.
So you're both doing it. Okay. So
I've cut back, though. I've cut back a lot.
Yeah, that's what everyone says before they come on. So, But he,
Nothing. I said I swear.
But he took, what? So that's what he's spending the money on. Was there an intent? Was there conversations around it? Or did he do it behind your back?
Okay, so one of them was done completely behind my back. And that was a card that he exclusively used on his own. 2 of them were done with kind of, he did it and then he told me. But I'm kind of the one that uses those. I think, though, the one of them, it was because one of our cars were going to get repoed. So he needed to take out a card in order to pay off the fines. And then also there's the loan, the Green Sky loan is in my name, but.
Did you ever see any of this money?
No.
Wow. Okay. But there is that in here that is yours as well, right?
Yes.
So it's a combination.
Yes.
How's your relationship with your dad now?
On the mend.
Okay, go on.
Basically, a few weeks ago, it all kind of came to a head, and
A few weeks ago. All right.
And I got pretty pissed off at something, and everything kind of spiraled, and
Threatened to pay for his meal?
No, you probably would love that, but actually, we ended up getting into a huge fight, and so like it got a little physical and
Physical?
Yes.
How?
Like pushing.
Okay.
And so essentially he left. He like went across the country and like went and stayed with his sister because we just like needed
because
space.
Of you two?
Yeah.
What about mom? She there?
Yeah.
What was her thoughts on this?
She thought it was best that he leave too. At least for a bit.
Okay. Go on.
It was just so toxic.
No, I gotcha. Go on. Where are we?
We're explosive. So basically he went out and he went on the East Coast with his sister, and we had like a mediation and talked about some of the things. And I told him that, one of the big things is because I feel like I'm stuck in a hole, part of which, yes, I have dug myself into.
Today's video is sponsored by Aura, and it's a really important time to be talking about them because hackers may have stolen the social security numbers of every American. Over 2.9 billion records were stolen from national public data, which provides personal information to employers, private investigators, staffing agencies, and others doing background checks. These stolen records include a person's full name, address, date of birth, phone number, and most importantly, social security number, all of which have been released online for free. If you weren't taking precautions with your personal information online before, this should be a huge wake-up call. You've never been more vulnerable online than you are right now. But I'm not worried about it because I use Aura. Aura monitors your personal data, including your social security number, across billions of data points like the dark web and public court records to detect and alert you to potential identity theft. And they give you up to $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. They also provide a bunch of other features to keep you safe online, all inside one app. You can go to my link at aura.com/hammer to try 14 days for free. And that'll be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data is exposed. I highly recommend you do this right now because not only is national public data not gonna do anything to help you, they probably aren't even gonna face any repercussions for this leak. I'm not leaving myself and my family vulnerable to data breaches. And if you don't want to either, you can go to aura.com/hammer to try 2 weeks for free. Well, I was going to say, I asked, so what's going on here? And you immediately go to what your dad did.
Yeah.
But if it's only 3 debts, we have well more than 3. So there's a lot in here that is yours as well.
Yeah. And
listen, I get that. That is bad. That's of him, and he should take care of it. At the same time, you didn't bring up any personal responsibility stuff until I did. You immediately only started with what he did, which again, out of the control, and that is a part of the answer. But what about what you've done?
I went into a black hole of spending. I went into retail therapy. I went into...
Over when? When? For what? Because of this?
Like probably this entire year at least. From like January up until now.
What does
probably
that mean?
Longer.
What does that look like?
That looks like me spending $2,500 on a trip.
Oh, good. To where?
Wales.
What's in Wales?
My friend went to college there, and so...
Went?
Yeah. She lives in the States now, but she was
So what
living.
the is in Wales?
Her. I went to see her.
She lives in the States.
Now.
Okay. So you did that this year?
Like the end of last year.
Okay. Well, you said this year, so what does it look like?
Food, concert tickets, hotels.
Okay. So you're just living the high life.
Subscriptions. A lot of subscriptions.
Instead of any chance or hope to live on your own away from the pops who uses your own money. Also, just lock your credit, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Okay. Well, make a couple phone calls. I'll help you. And also Google exists.
Yep.
But we'll help you afterwards.
I definitely need it. To lock my credit? I don't know.
No. Before that. So concerts are more important than you living on your own. Away from this madness where your pops literally had to move across the country.
At the time, it felt like...
time's right now.
Okay.
And I have your spending for right now. By the way, miscellaneous bullshit, 25% of your spending. It's insanity. Going out to eat, 15.3% of your spending. Going out to eat. Groceries, $26.
Yeah.
So, that's more important than living on your own, having any semblance of independence, and getting away from this chaos. Or you just want to stay there forever and soak in that environment.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a big fan of temporary escapes. So kind of being able to just get out of it for that
But you always have
moment.
to go back.
Yeah.
What is your plan? What is your plan, Ben? I'm going to get into some of these numbers in a second, but okay, the temporary escapes, I get it. So what is your overarching plan, Ben, looking forward? Where does life take you?
Well, ultimately, I want to go to medical school.
Oh, wow. Okay, do you have a bachelor's degree?
I have 3.
Oh, that's what. Oh, okay, 24.
Well, I got it in
there
4
has to be
years.
student loan. Okay.
There's not that much student loans. I got essentially that student loans are kind of a huge regret of mine because I essentially got a full ride scholarship.
What are your degrees?
Medical sciences, microbiology, and molecular biology with an emphasis in biotech.
Why are you not in medical school?
Because I was a D1 athlete. I triple majored.
Would you sport or what?
Soccer.
Okay.
And I did research, published a paper. I worked like part-time, full-time job.
Cool. Why are you not in medical school?
Because medical school requires clinical experience. And I didn't have the time to do that. And also I, like in the middle of my college is when COVID hit. So everything shut down in terms of hospitals, volunteering, everything.
Well, hospitals were still open, but maybe not for what you needed.
They weren't hiring because they were holding on. So
I get it. Also, that was also like 4 years ago, though. So what are you doing now?
Well, then I took a complete nosedive on my MCAT, and I wanted to do better.
Well, that's different. That's why you're not in medical school.
Well, I've been working. I've been gaining experience. I've been around the block.
Without your MCAT.
Yeah, I can't really. I mean,
So you have to retake, or have you?
I've retaken it 3 times.
And?
I got the same score. But I got in. I got into one.
To a medical school?
Yes.
What?
In Idaho.
Okay. Operating on potatoes?
Actually, Idaho's biggest crop yield is wheat, and Iowa's biggest crop yield is potatoes.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Very fun. How much came in this last month? For money from your job? How much?
Maybe like 1,500.
1,278, but how much was spent?
Probably 20, like 2,300. Not 20,000.
How would spending that have any semblance of being okay to you?
I definitely don't feel okay.
Why do you do it? Why are your actions doing that then? One, that's the wrong number. It was actually less. But the fact that you thought it was 1484. But the fact that you said in the 2000s.
I have a really bad habit of,
Cool, you acknowledged it. What have you done to fix it?
Nothing.
Why? Because I'm not a magic pill. I can call it the bullshit. But you seem to already know the bullshit. You thought you spent more than you did. Most people on the show, when they need the call out, they think they spent less than they made even. Or at least what they made. But you think you spent almost double what you made. Okay. So what haven't you done? Why haven't you done anything?
I've just been in the mindset that, like I'm going to medical school next year.
You are going to go. You've decided.
Yes.
Paying? How?
That is up in the air.
You've not applied to different things?
No.
Scholarships, grants, student loans.
I'm not really a good person for scholarships. And
why?
Because I am a white woman that's middle class, a middle class white woman.
So we're just going to give up and not apply to anything?
Not necessarily. So I was going to apply for loans, but that can also get a little bit tricky. But I'm trying to go into the military.
What?
Yeah.
When?
I'm actively speaking with a recruiter.
I'm sorry. Are you going to medical school or the military or both? How does...
So they have...
you talking
They
about?
have what's called a health profession scholarship program, to where essentially they pay for everything. They pay for all my school. They pay me, give me a stipend, yada, yada. And then I owe them 4 years of my life afterwards.
After the medical degree?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So it's like 4 for 4, even trade.
Okay. It's not the worst deal. What are you going to go into medical wise?
I don't know yet. I'm kind of interested in forensic pathology or like infectious disease. So like a medical examiner.
Interesting. All right. What would you give yourself? Score 0 to 10, 0 being the worst, 10 being the best. Where do you think your finances are right now, today?
Well, I took the score online, and
yeah.
I think I got a 1.
Okay. If you want your Hammer financial score like she took, it's free in the description below. Also, come on the show. Come to Austin. Drive overnight like she did. We'll have you. Apply at calebhammer.com/apply. Capital One.
That's the biggest and the most hurtful.
So that's what you say every time after a man buys you a meal. All right.
I wish.
Good one.
I definitely wish.
All right.
Not the
okay.
case.
All right. All right.
It's the motion of the ocean.
Okay. All right. $5,039.13. It's a big, thick balance at a $5,500 credit limit. All right. And then $189 minimum monthly payment with your payroll is quite yikes.
Yeah, that's like a paycheck.
More money was spent than the minimum monthly payment, but it almost didn't even matter. Yeah, the balance went down, but not even close to what you paid towards it because you purchased $103 on it. And then $139 interest is accrued. Why are you spending on this card? Every single time.
Well, some of those spending, I think, were reimbursed. I think.
But why on a credit card that is not being paid off?
Because I didn't have the cash.
Why didn't you have the cash?
Because it went
not
towards my
budgeting?
cards. No.
Huh?
No. I've never budgeted.
Well, if it didn't go, we're not bringing your bank account to zero to pay off the cards. That obviously doesn't make sense.
Basically,
that wouldn't be.
That's what I'm doing.
Well, then why would you put that extra on here? We want to put extra, but we don't get yourself in a more dangerous situation where you have to put more money on a card that is a 30% interest.
I had to pay it. I had
No. You put $523 towards it.
But I had to make the purchases. I had to make some of those transactions.
Stop. I'm saying, why'd you put more towards the card if it brought your account to a dangerous low? We want to put more towards the cards in a strategic way. In your case, this would be in the world of Avalanche, but
yeah,
if it makes it so you literally cannot afford a couple dollar purchase, why the are we doing it? This much more.
I don't know how to budget, and I just wanted to get down because there was.
You wanted to get Barnes and Nobles and McDonald's. Which of those were reimbursed?
Never mind. I thought that was a different card. None of those were reimbursed.
Yeah, shocker. Who would have thought? So now we're spending it on a card that we can't pay off, that is accruing interest, and is ourselves.
The Barnes and Nobles was a gift. So it wasn't.
Yeah, I know. It's one of your hobbies, buying gifts for other people and then going on dates and buying meals. There's the McDonald's.
I hadn't
so
seen
in
her
here
in like a year. So I had to buy like, a birthday gift and Christmas gift.
Buy yourself out of debt. What are you talking about? What did you get her? Barnes and Noble.
I got her, I don't even remember, like some notebooks, some pens, like little trinkets, a candle, I think.
That's not even like an exciting, no offense, gift. I mean, it's not even, you were just like,
she
I'm
loves
going to get
candles.
this, I'm going to get this.
Okay, she
just walking down the aisle.
Candles.
Wow. So we go to Barnes and Noble.
Better than like Pottery Barn, or like Anthropology.
Never been to Pottery Barn.
You should go.
No. How long does this take to pay off doing the minimum monthly payment?
I think the last time I checked, it was like over 20 years.
21 years. So you know some of these things. I'm so confused. These are the conversations that really piss me off more than anything, where you know some of the things. You know some of your numbers. You think you spend more than you did. You know you spend more than you did, more than you made. So you know some things, but then you go to McDonald's and Barnes and Noble and refuse to change any of the behavior. So you have the knowledge behind it and the refusal to do anything about it, which to me pisses me off to my core. It's the people who go on and they're a little dumb with their finances. They just don't know anything. That's okay. You can walk with them. You can lead them. You can teach them what is happening here. But with you, you're just like, I know it, but it, I don't give a shit. So what the are we even doing?
I didn't know until very recently. When I started watching your show. Mid-August. A month.
Okay. Now, legitimately, guys, I believe that everyone in your life, everyone around us can actually take control of their financial future and make their lives better. And we've spent over a year here creating tools to help make those goals a reality. Right now, our budgeting program and investing program are bundled together at a 15% discount, and you get $100 in cash gifted to you right into your Moomoo account. There's honestly no time like the present to actually take control of your future. Don't wait. Don't let this opportunity pass you. So that compelled you to look at every balance.
Yes. And all the interest rates and the little time periods things. Because I did, that one hurts me the most because that one has the most destroying interest rate.
Probably in like the 30s?
32, I think.
Jeez. It's going to start heading down with the rate cut now, but even still, it's not, I mean.
And that's why I've been putting a lot of money towards it because.
But it doesn't matter. You're spending on it with McDonald's.
But I was getting some nugs up with the interest rate. So
why get McDonald's on it?
I was hungry.
I mean, that's stupid, obviously. I mean, there's literally like a beyond accounts in here. Why put it on the most damaging one? That was your thing you said. This is the most damaging one. It's the one I want to get rid of the most. That's why I'm putting more money towards it. So we spend on here because we're hungry?
Yeah. It was like...
Is that an answer?
I mean, I only normally get McDonald's because I have the app. So I get like 20% off.
Okay, well... Okay, you cannot. I know you're smarter than that. I'm asking why you put it on this card. The card you said is the most destructive that you want to get rid of. I don't give a fuck about an app. I'm asking about this card for fuck's sake.
Okay, I guess I am worried about this card, but I will say I haven't been treating it like my main priority.
Oh, what's your main priority?
I think I've been trying to snowball. I think.
You said this is your biggest balance.
Yeah.
You put $200 towards it more than the minimum monthly payment.
Yeah.
Do you know what snowball is?
I guess not.
What is snowball?
I thought you start with the smallest ones and then it goes bigger and bigger.
What's this one?
The biggest one. You're
not dumb. You're going to medical school. You just literally answered exactly what I was going to say. What the I think the MCAT, if you can at least pass it, you can tell me which one's bigger and smaller and which one would be paid off first if it's the smallest one and which one would be paid off last if it's the largest one. So why is more money going into the largest one? What are you talking about?
Because that has the largest interest rate. So there was like
So you're not doing the snowball then?
But there was a couple months to where I was getting drafted. Like I was getting, going over the limit because of interest. I wasn't even making purchases.
If you were making your minimum monthly payment, the minimum monthly payment is really structured to get you below, where as long as you paid that, if the interest hit, you wouldn't be going above the limit.
It was like $220 or $2 something. And it put me like $50 back. Not now, but there was a couple months. So I've been just trying to get that to where I'm trying to beat the interest on that one. That's like my goal is like, it's not even paying it off. It's trying to lower the interest.
You're not a credit card person. You need to use a charge card where you put the money on it, like the Fizz card. You can't manage other people giving you money to use.
Yeah, that card too got a credit increase when I was in Wales. So I had it paid off and then I went to Wales.
Oh, good. And that was just the end of last year?
Yeah.
Now it's basically up to the credit limit?
Yep.
All in 1 year.
I did quit my job. I was working full time.
I wish I liked traveling. It sounds like so much fun. You guys spend so much money every single time.
To be fair, I didn't pay for the travel expenses.
Dude, I don't care. You racked up a $5,500 card.
Fair enough.
Because of the travel. So I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. You just offset it by spending more money somewhere else.
I think it fell on the floor. That poor pen. Do you have like a whole box of just like a bunch of them?
Just this one.
Damn.
Credit One. We know if we have Credit One, we're pretty much in a completely position. It's like the worst credit card you can get.
I don't even know how I got that card. Because originally...
Showed up in the mail and you...
Nope. Not even. I had a Credit One card that was like my dad gave me. And he's like, oh, use this if there's emergencies. And I never used it. I never ever used it. I think no. And then all of a sudden... he came to me and was like, oh, here, you have your own card now.
So he opened it in your name?
Maybe.
You don't know?
I don't know.
You haven't asked?
No.
Why? You guys have had the conversations.
I guess I feel like he doesn't know. Maybe.
It showed up in the mail and he probably just accepted it.
Yeah, probably.
Turned it on and accepted it. Okay, $80 minimum monthly payment, $1,580.55 accrued on this. On a credit, or is the balance on a Credit One, which is crazy because
that's the one I've been focused.
Was this the smallest balance?
Yes.
You're not focusing on it. You're purchasing on it. What the fuck are you talking about?
What were the purchases? There's one card where the purchases were reversed.
Uber Eats. Uber fucking Eats on a Credit One. What are we doing in this world? What are we doing on Credit One? Uber Eats. Take one of the most expensive ways to get food, combine it with the worst credit card. It's impressive how just that is.
Yeah. I think... was it like the subscription? Because I did cancel it. I
don't think so.
It wasn't? Ooh.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe.
Because I did cancel the Uber Eats.
But you also got a hotel charge.
Oh, I had gone to visit the medical school.
That's fine. Well, but not on a Credit One, it's not. Especially if this is the one that I'm focusing on. You don't put more money on it.
Yeah.
Even if it's something, visiting the medical school is totally fine. I support that. We don't put it on the card we're focusing on. Especially not a card like Credit One. Which, by the way, is accruing monthly fees, $8.25. And then interest of $40.11. Go through our budgeting class. Everyone in the world should go through our budgeting class. But go through it, please. You need to learn how to spend how to manage your money, because we could have afforded this My Place hotel. We could have put this in the budget and it would have been fine because it is something that makes sense for your situation. Go through the budgeting program.
Yes, I will.
You guys can sign up for it at a 15% discount bundled with the investing class right now, by the way. But you need to go through it. You get it for free by being a guest on the show.
Yes, I am very excited for that, actually.
Oh, good. But again, you're someone who knows your situation without any action. So I don't know what the all right, we have a Marriott card.
Yep.
$1,946.49.
That's one that I just haven't. It's on the back burner.
Yeah, it is, because it's only a couple dollars for the back burner. What are you talking about back burner? You're literally you purchased on the 3 cards we've talked about so far. Your words are completely opposite of your actions. This is the one that I'm working on. I'm doing Snowball. Oh, this is just on the back burner. You're spending on all of them, and your payments make no sense. So, plus with the interest accruing, your balance actually went up. Your balance went up, even though you paid double your minimum monthly payment. Minimum monthly payment, $65. $46 of interest accruing. $105 of purchases. Why? Microsoft Ultimate. There's your Uber subscription. There it is.
It's canceled now. It's canceled.
Okay. Well, guess what? That means the last one wasn't.
I thought I canceled it, but I paused.
But it means the one on the Credit One wasn't the subscription.
Yeah, that was probably McDonald's.
McDonald's. Why McDonald's?
Because I get 20% off every purchase.
Through Uber Eats?
Well, I order through the McDonald's app, but it's through Uber Eats. So like an Uber person delivers it.
It doesn't matter if you're spending like $20 on a McDonald's bullshit. No, especially on cards with 30% interest. And then green gift shop, really living up to those hobbies.
That was reimbursed.
This mythical reimbursement that we've been hearing about for 15 minutes. We finally got it. And it's a whole $27 out of everything we talked about. This mythical reimbursement has finally actually showed up to play.
And all the parking charges were reimbursed too.
Why didn't I highlight those? Because parking, sometimes you gotta. I didn't call out parking. Did you say me call out parking?
Well, it was more than $25 that got reimbursed.
No, but of what I've called out so far.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
$408 of interest accrued this year so far just on this card. Your minimum payment? Yeah, keep doing that. Keep on going on. It only takes 8 years to pay off.
Less than 20.
Huh?
Less than 20.
Trying to... what?
No, I'm just trying to find a silver lining in this crap.
Your silver lining. Come on, dude. We take this real.
Yep.
Total deposit accounts $5. Okay, what is this? What are we? Oh.
That's my car.
Expensive car for your income situation, especially for someone that's not going to be really making an income throughout school. I know your thing is a little interesting.
Depending on the military.
Yeah, depending on that. What's the qualification? Does anyone and everyone get it, or how do you have to get like accepted?
Yeah, it's an application process.
Oh, have you been accepted?
So I'm going through it. Based off my recruiter, though, he says that I have.
They're always optimistic.
Yeah.
I mean, I root for you. Good luck. I hope it works.
It has to.
Owning a business can be brutal sometimes. It's not just the hustle, but that constant stress of wondering, will I have enough left to actually pay myself and my team this month? Trust me, I felt that before, and that's where Relay comes in. Relay is your all-in-one business banking platform. You can literally manage your cash flow straight from your phone, no branch visits, no account fees, no messing around. You can open up to 20 checking accounts to organize every single business expense, like payroll, taxes, and most importantly, your paycheck. Finally, a platform that makes sure you know exactly where your money is going. Imagine not scrambling to figure out what's left over at the end of the month. Relay's automatic transfers take care of that headache, keeping everything clear and organized. The best part? You don't have to deal with the snail-paced customer support at some random bank branch. Relay's got your back 24/7. Take charge of your business finances today and receive a $100 sign-up bonus when you join at relayfi.com/Caleb Hammer. You deserve a business banking platform that puts you in total control of your cash flow. So try Relay and claim your $100 bonus today. Your future self will thank you. Yeah, okay.
So there is a story about this too.
All right, I'm getting crisscross applesauce. Tell me.
So originally I had a Kia Soul. And it was paid off. Loved it. Yada yada. And
yada yada. Lots of yada yadas in the story. What's the yada yada?
So
I feel like we probably skipped the I was a dumb.
No. Okay. I was uneducated. So yes, I was a dumb because I did not really invest time into acknowledging what I was doing. Because my parents got really worried about me in Idaho and just like it snows. What? They didn't think that my Kia...
Wait, when was this? How long have you been in Idaho?
Well,
you haven't.
I got that car in 2020.
But you're not going to medical school in Idaho yet.
I know, but I did go to college in Idaho.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to college in Idaho.
Boise?
No, Northern Idaho. Moscow.
Yeah. I wanted to say go Broncos, but never mind.
Boise is in a state.
Yes. Good job. Go on.
They were worried about the Kia Soul not doing well in Idaho with the snow and the ice. And so I came back one summer and they wanted to get me a new car. And they're, let's put it in your name. It'll be good for your credit, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, your parents, man.
And so originally it was put in my mom and I's name. And then I refinanced it and I got a lower payment and a lower interest rate, but a longer term. And then now it's just in my name. But I didn't want to get the car. I didn't want to.
Yeah, I think we need to just separate you from your from your parents.
I know, and we're working on it. Like my dad has access to like a bunch of my accounts.
Oh, but do you have access to your accounts?
Yes.
Then change your logins yesterday. I don't.
He already has it like he has the cards and things like attached to other stuff.
Yeah, just say you lost the card.
I never thought of that.
Okay, that's fine. I don't know how, but that's fine. It's just okay, sure.
And also, my parents pay for my car.
They pay this bill.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's different. I mean, it's still risky in your situation because it's a big balance. Okay.
Yeah, because
the balance is $18,838.92. What is the car?
2020 Jeep Renegade.
And what is the term? This extended term?
I have no idea.
So you said it's a longer term and you just don't know it.
No, because I didn't do the refinancing.
Who did?
My dad.
But with your credit.
Yep. I originally didn't want to refinance
it. There's a case. You don't want to go down the legal things, but there's a credit fraud potential here, and some of these different things. But I mean, it would kind of potentially put your family in destruction mode, and that's kind of up to you in terms of what makes sense there. But
I want to try to take care of it. I think. Okay. Oh.
How do you not know anything about this?
Okay, I do. I shook my head, but I do because I looked at my Credit Karma report and I think it's around like seven something. Okay. 7 or 6 something.
It's not fantastic, but what's the minimum monthly payment?
$397.
I just don't know how you could afford that if they decide to stop paying it, and they could. It's under your name 100%. It's not their responsibility.
I think they want me to.
What do you mean you think? Has this been a conversation?
They've mentioned it a couple of times. What
does that mean?
Like
in passing?
Like they'll make a little quick joke, or like when it's time to pay it, like, oh, you should start paying for this next year, or oh,
it's a funny joke.
They'll ask me like, for help sometimes to finish the payment
because they don't have enough money.
Sometimes.
Keep wiping that. What's happening?
I just feel so sweaty.
Okay, you're good. We've been through 1, 2, 3, 4 debts, but you mentioned at the beginning. I asked what's going on here. He said he's opened a bunch of debt in my name. Credit One, he may have opened that. The card, they may have kind of pushed you into that. But even still, this isn't. That's not lining up so far.
There's only one debt that he accrued.
You said 3 at the beginning.
I said he opened it, but I said there's one that.
So what's the status of the other 2?
They're mine. Aside from when I helped with the repo.
So he opened them, but you took them. But you managed them.
Yeah.
Bank of America.
Yep.
Is this one it?
Is this one what?
The one he racked up?
No.
I really want to see the one he racked up. $2,169.47 with a minimum monthly payment of $74. Gosh, basically at the credit limit. No surprise. 14 years to pay off. Okay. Again, it doesn't... You kill me. You kill me. You made more than the minimum monthly payment, but then you went and purchased on it anyway. And then $53.24 is a every single card we've looked at, you've purchased on. So I don't understand what your intent is in finance, in life. Your goals are not aligning with your actions by any mean possible. Any means.
I honestly don't. I've never. Finances for me has always been in the back just because I've been focused on other things. Like
what?
Like when I was in school, I got so good money from school because I would get a stipend because I was on athletic scholarship. Why do you have student loans then? Because essentially my California insurance didn't work in Idaho, so I had to pay out of pocket for their student insurance, which was like $1,000 a month.
What, health insurance?
Yep.
Why weren't you on your parents?
I was, but they wouldn't accept it at the school.
Well, hold on. At the school?
Yeah.
So the school medical?
Yeah,
Well, go off campus.
No, like it's like you have to have proof of insurance to be a student. Like you have to have insurance.
I could see it, but why wouldn't they
The insurance, the reason they didn't accept it was because it didn't cover out-of-state, non-emergent things. It only covered emergencies.
Oh, so they didn't accept but they recognized it as existing. It just wasn't the coverage they wanted.
Yes. And so they declined it, and then I had to get the student health insurance, and that was like $1,000
for it. $1,000 what?
Dollars a semester.
You borrowed for it? Scholarship didn't pay for it?
No.
Okay. The Bank of America. Electric. What? Oh, BA. Oh, that's your payment. Sorry. Oh, Amazon. It was an Amazon order. Great. Another $429. Fees. We've had fees this year. $95 of fees. That's either missed payments, late payments, or over the credit limit multiple times. Probably 3 times for something this year. Maybe 2.
I think it was 2.
Do you even know? 2 late payments? How long have you been in this job that you're in right now? I'm glad you got something new. Why have you accepted it for so long, working like a half an hour a week?
So it wasn't always this way. Originally, I worked for 3 different agencies, but I wasn't getting...
Why'd you stay?
Hours. So I left. So I did leave, and then I picked up this client, and I really like them or like them.
Why? They're not giving you money. The only reason to have the job, job purpose, but I'm glad you got the purpose part, but you also need to be able to pay bills and live a life.
I've been probably too focused on the purpose because I did have...
Purpose? You're never even there.
I know, but I did have another job before that paid better and I had better hours, but then I quit it to take time to study for the MCAT.
Which I'm not necessarily opposed. It's just, but you've been in this job for so long. Okay.
And I was worried because I got really, really burnt out.
Are you kidding me? This next one also has purchases. That is 5 credit cards in a row. The credit limit is $2,000. You're at $1,974. Yeah, congratulations. Guess what? You paid off more than the minimum payment. Doesn't matter. Whatever difference you made, the almost $100 of purchases are completely negating it. $72 a minimum payment on this. So we had some parking, gas, I think, but then caregiver background.
Yeah, I have to renew my registration with.
Okay, but why on a credit card?
I never have the cash. Because I've just been putting all my money towards the cards.
Okay, sorry. We already went through this. I'm sorry. I'm irritated.
I know.
I want to process this so I don't just blow up. It's the fact that you're putting more than double on all these damn cards, which great. But then it makes it so you don't have any money, so then you just negate all progress by putting the money right back on the cards, and then the interest is accruing, and then you have fees accruing on some different parts throughout the year. So why even put the extra money towards the cards? Why even put extra money towards the cards? Because you just put the balances all the way back up. It doesn't even make any sense. So why even do that? Why even do that? Have the money in an account, spend it, whatever is left in a budget, we put towards the card. 1 card at a time, too, not all. So I don't get the message you're going about this.
I don't either. I felt very, very lost. And that, yeah. I just haven't, it feels so overwhelming. And I don't know. It's like I woke up one day and then bloom. It just showed up.
Obviously, that's not how...
I know that's not how it happened, but that's what it felt like when I started caring.
Okay, when did you start caring?
When I started watching your videos.
It was only a month ago.
Yep.
What have you done in a month?
Canceled a bunch of my subscriptions.
Okay.
Make
lots
easy. Of sandwiches.
It's stopping and getting the food.
I've been making lots of sandwiches.
Really? No McNugs?
No McNugs.
Okay.
But I still am doing what is wrong in that I don't have any cash. Like I just put it.
But that's not being reflected in these statements, and we haven't even gotten to your spending statement. And this spending shows the month that you started to care. So that just it feels like you're bullshitting me.
I'm not.
the numbers don't lie. We have your most recent statements. So what are you talking about? Maybe it's more of a feeling to you instead of the objective truth.
It's a feeling. It's a feeling.
You feel like you're trying to. Maybe you. I feel like I'm 5%.
I feel like I'm trying. I do feel like I'm trying.
We're gonna get to the spending statement. I already told you what percentage went to bullshit. It was a crazy percentage, and of course you spent more than you made. So wherever the trying is, it's not really okay. 32.24% interest. So that's kind of tied with the bad one, right? They're all bad, to be clear, but Green Sky. Is this one? Is this the Pops?
Yes.
Okay, I recognize Green Sky. Yes. Whoa, what is it? It's 12,681.
They redid the yard.
In your name?
Yes.
Oh, what did they even do?
It's all turf now.
You better roll around in it, get its money worth.
They really like it because it's easier to clean up the dog poop now.
Yeah.
But I should have asked more questions about I should have asked more questions. I did not understand what I was doing when because they talked to me about it. They did.
Wait, they talked you into this, so he didn't open it without you knowing?
No, he talked to me about it.
Okay, so
he asked
kind
me.
of at the beginning, you kind of led me astray. You made it sound like he was just taking out debt in your name. But they may have manipulated into it. I'm not saying that's okay.
No.
But you made it sound much different. You made it sound like he was just taking out debt in your name, like credit fraud. But they've convinced you to do this.
Aside
First of
from
all,
one
gross.
card.
Get away from them.
Aside from one card.
They might not know what they're doing is evil and horrendous and bad and disgusting. But their ignorance isn't an excuse in terms of you having to put up with it. So you need to get away from these people being able to convince you.
The rest of it is on me. It is on me, aside from one card.
Substantial loan. How did they convince you, and how did you accept it?
They asked me to co-sign on the loan.
Oh, you're co-signed. Okay.
But I don't know who with. I don't think it's my dad.
Okay.
Maybe my mom. I don't know. He didn't know that it was going to go onto my credit.
Are they paying for it?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's just the one card that.
But you said they had a conversation with you.
Yes.
What was the reasoning that got you over the line to be like, okay?
I didn't know what it meant. Like I thought.
Then why'd you say okay?
Because I thought in my head. So they basically don't have the best credit either.
What?
And
are you sure?
At that time, I had pretty decent credit. I think I wasn't watching my credit then.
Your credit's about 650, I think.
Yeah, and then
right now.
Yeah, and then they came to me and they wanted to redo the yard, whichever, and then they asked me to co-sign on the loan to do it because their credit wasn't enough. And I did not understand what co-sign meant. And in my head, I thought that co-signing was like kind of like vouching, Like, oh, hey.
In the credit world, it kind of is, but it still puts you responsible. I want to give you free money right now. I've partnered with different resources that will literally give you hundreds of dollars the moment you sign up for them. Check out my investing app of choice, Moo, where they give you up to 15 free stocks and 8.1% interest on your uninvested cash when you sign up with my link. Do you want a more traditional savings account? Check out where I keep my emergency fund, SoFi, where they'll give you 4.5% on your money and up to $300. Would you rather have automated investing? Sign up for Acorns with my link and you'll get $20 right now instead of the usual $5 you'd get from your friend's referral. You can also sign up for our investing program and get $100 in cash deposited into your Moo account. This is the best way to learn what your investing profile looks like and what investing strategies to use based on that. All of this free money is linked in the resources section of the description below, so don't pass up the free money because I'll punch you.
Yeah, and I didn't know that, and it sounds like he didn't know it either.
Your parents didn't know it?
No.
Why'd you really make it sound so victim-y at the beginning then, when a lot of this were your decisions, more than you suggested?
I I didn't mean to. It's really just the one card that was his.
Who the fuck are these people?
It's like anime.
What am I looking at?
It's like anime.
Oh.
Or like Game of Thrones.
Classic anime, Game of Thrones, yeah. Sure. Okay. Keep going.
But
yeah, this is, okay. This is, I don't know. $189 minimum monthly payment. I get that they're taking care of this and the car, but I mean, they crash, they die. I hope that doesn't happen.
Yep.
Because by the sounds of it, you're probably not getting any money from them. Maybe some life insurance. We'll see, but who knows?
No, sometimes, but I won't ask for it.
Sometimes what?
Sometimes they'll give me money.
Oh, what? Okay. And how does your guys' money relationship work? It's
really not
need
good.
You to not separate from them as a daughter, separate from them as finance, but that means you moving out. But I don't know how we're going to do that with the school thing unless you get accepted into that program that you're trying to do. Okay, so again, $12,681.68 at a 7% interest rate, rounded up by 0.01%, and $189 monthly payment. All for some turf. I've been thinking of getting some turf.
It's really great.
Because I got 2 dogs and it'd be muddy.
Oh, it helps. It helps a lot with the cleanup.
Okay. Student loan. How many semesters were you there? 10 semesters? 5 years?
No, 4 years.
Okay, then you borrowed more money than you suggested if it was $1,000 a semester.
I didn't suggest that I was only borrowing $1,000. I said I borrowed for that. And then it was just...
And then more?
I didn't know. I just, they filled out the FAFSA.
Who they filled out the FAFSA?
Like my parents.
Oh, we're back to that. Okay.
And then
my gosh.
I thought that's what parents did. I didn't know.
They could help you, but these aren't Parent Plus loans.
No.
These are yours.
And so I had no idea. And then basically how it showed up to me was in my student account. And it was just like, oh, you have this amount of money to take. But do you wanna?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you just say?
It asked. It said, okay, you have this amount of money available that you got approved for. Do you want to take it?
Oh, do you wanna?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That came out as one word. Okay. 5% on one of them, 4.5% on the other, 2.7% on the lowest. $10,133.82. You paying?
Yes.
What's your payment?
Like $80.
I would have guessed about $150. Are you on an income-based payment thing?
I have no idea. I just go online and it gives me the amount to pay.
Oh, I don't see on this. Because I don't think this is a literal statement, or else it would have showed your payment. Great. Okay. All right. Okay. Any other debt?
No.
Any other debt?
No.
You owe money to your aunt.
Yes. Sorry.
How do you...
I thought, statements.
Okay. Why do you owe your aunt money? How much money do you owe your aunt?
$2,600 and
oh my gosh.
$70-something.
70 something. Okay. Why? And since when?
That was the card that got racked up by my dad. And then when he went to visit her, she was like, well, I'll just pay it if it's a problem.
But you owe it to her.
Yes.
So I guess there's not interest, right?
No.
Okay, so we saved ourselves there and potentially a minimum payment, but in the end, you still have the debt. You refinanced it at 0% with a questionable payment. Do you have a payment agreement?
About $500 every month. I get help from my dad though.
Huh? Oh.
Since he was the one that...
How much does your dad put towards that 500? 500, that's...
He puts a majority, normally.
Okay, give me a number so I can budget
400.
you. So you still have to pay 100. He better, yeah. What the f does that dude do for a living?
He's retired now.
There was a card we had a statement for, but she said paid it off fully, so we didn't print the statement. Is that what it was?
Yes.
He had a DoorDash order on it. Was that him or you?
Yep. Nope. No.
Does he have access to it? Did you close it? Close it. It's your thing. Just close it.
Okay.
Or request a new card. I don't care.
Yes.
And honestly, you shouldn't have access to credit cards because you don't know how to manage them to save your life.
Yes. Access has been removed.
You said he was an attorney?
Yes. He was
now he's deadbeat dead? I don't know. What's his new job?
He's retired.
How old is he?
He is 65.
Okay.
No, not 65. He was born in 65, so like almost 60. 59.
If he was retired, why is he going into debt on someone else's name?
He didn't retire on his own. It was for medical reasons.
Okay. And he didn't have anybody saved. There was no medical anything that he got.
He gets a little disability, but not much.
Social Security, what is that?
Maybe.
Or has he not started to accept Social Security yet?
I don't know. I don't know about his business.
Great. He only uses your money. So I'm glad you don't know. Okay. $10 in this checking account. Some marketplace you went to. Oh my, here we go. Spotify, you can listen to ads. You can't afford bills. I don't give a listen to ads. ATM withdraw for gardening, $23. Starbucks, Apple bill. Went inside, got some BS Apple bill. What are these 29-cent Apple charges?
It was
What are you getting?
TikTok.
Huh? For 29 cents? What?
Like the little, you can send.
Ooh, to who? To why? It better not be that popcorn's so good, girl.
No.
Who?
Like streamers. Like COD streamers.
On TikTok? Is streaming COD on TikTok?
A bunch of people.
Can't even see the full screen. It's on TikTok.
Well,
or you can. Can you go horizontal?
Yeah, some you can.
Stop! You don't have money. Okay? $8 tip there, maybe? I don't know. Communal coffee, Starbucks, Knockout, Danish and Donuts, Better Buzz. You guys see what's happening? This is someone who's cut back. Better Buzz, Starbucks, Terry Coffee, more Apple Bill, probably super. It sounds like you're going on dates every 5 seconds of your life to pay for food, so you're probably getting super likes and super swipes.
No.
Apple Bill.
No. I'm not getting super likes or super swipes. And I'm not dating anymore. I deleted everything. And I would never pay for a subscription for a dating app.
Yeah, it's usually the men that have to do that. Apple Bill, we're the customers. Uber Eats. Getting your McFries. Oh, we actually did, because then we went to McDonald's. And you went and got some bullshit. ATM withdrawal, $33.50 for gardening. Apple Cash sent out $70.
I had gotten that came back. I had gotten into a fight with my dad.
Another one.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And he was getting my car washed for me as like a treat, and then so I got mad because he was like using it against me, and I tried to send it back.
Oh my gosh, why does everyone use everything against you? Apparently, if a guy buys a dinner going on a date, they're no, they use it against you for intercourse. If your dad gets a car wash, he uses it against you. Why does everyone use everything against you?
He did, but he sent me the money back.
So he can no longer use it against him? Okay. UCI SOM admission. No,
that was a med school application.
Cool. Glad you got into a med school. I am.
And I'm waiting.
I know that's hard to get in, so.
I'm waiting to hear back from a couple more too.
Well, do you have a preferred?
No. Not
necessarily. I was going to say, med school's med school, man.
I just need to get in. I got into one, so I already.
Oh, ATM withdraw, ATM withdraw, ATM withdraw, ATM withdraw, all for gardening. Great. Yeah, I probably can't afford this bull, dude. Not for a single second of our life can we afford this at this point. Because you've said so many times throughout this conversation, yeah, I didn't have money, so it was put on a credit card. Did you just see the checking account statement when we went in? It was spending on bullshit across the board.
I will say.
Will you?
Yes, I will. That statement was July and beginning of August. And I told you that I've been trying to make changes since mid-August.
This went to mid-August.
It went to like the 12th. I'm talking like
also known as mid-August.
The 14th. I remember the exact date.
Shut up.
I swear.
Great. I'm glad that you, just like everyone else, changed habits as you conveniently applied to be on our show where your finances are. That's what happens. And then people go off and then they fuck up still. Unless you actually take a real change and not just a temporary, I want to make sure I look good in front of the internet.
Yes.
Okay? So I don't want to hear it. $251 in your investment account. Okay, so nothing. What are we trying to do here?
I want to get out of debt and be smart about it.
Why do you want to get out of debt?
Because I want to be able to go into medical school in the right way.
Are we going to do this? Are we getting out of debt before we go into medical school?
That's the goal.
$54,000, $364.
At least my credit cards. Because at least with the Green Sky, my parents cover that. And
okay, so half.
And then
probably like $25,000 of credit cards.
I think it's a little bit less. I think right now.
Oh, sorry, I was
12,
calculating student loans.
Yeah, and so I think it's around like $12,000 in credit card debt right now.
When do you hear about this program and how competitive is it? This military thing.
When I submit my application, that's what I'm working on right now. So it's a lot of paperwork. When I submit it, it goes like before a group of people, and then he said I should find out within the month of submitting.
What's it called?
For the Army. Because I think the Navy and the Air Force have one too, but I'm doing it through the Army.
Let's find out.
He said I have a good shot. I'm not going into it banking on that.
It's not disclosed. Typically offers around 300 scholarships per year. How many apply? What was your MCAT score?
503.
Okay, well, you barely made it.
Yep.
Because you need 500.
Yep.
What was your GPA?
3.94.
Barely made that cutoff too.
What?
You were a little better there. It was 3.2.
That's like 0.7. That's not barely cutting it.
All right, calm down.
I only got 2 B's in college.
Yeah, you're right. No. But, yeah, with the MCAT, yeah. Okay, they offer 300. No, you're right about the GPA, but...
And the rest of my application is competitive aside from my
Gosh, they don't say
score.
how many people apply. It's not public information.
No.
And neither is the acceptance rate.
No.
The program is very competitive, if it says, though.
Yes, and I mean,
300, and in a country of like 350 million people, gosh, so we can't rely on this.
No.
Obviously, we hope you get it.
Yes.
Of course, absolutely.
I'm not relying on it.
Gosh, usually I can I wish I could do something, letter recommendation. Not that they would care about me. I was like, the YouTuber. I'd gift you a course career certification, which I recommend for really anyone, but that doesn't help you here. It helps most people on the show.
I did get 2 more jobs.
I'm going to be working. I know. I'm just trying to think of, I know, but even medical school's crazy. Like, you're going to be borrowing what, like $250,000 to $500,000. So it's just like, we can pick up some jobs, but that's some money. Like, we need some real good jobs working full time to pay for that.
I mean, it's going to have to be a loan or a scholarship.
Okay. Yeah, but you're white, so you can't get scholarships, you said.
There's like a few that I have looked into applying, and maybe I should, but it's only like a few grand, in the grand scheme of things versus $250,000. It's not the greatest. Like, I think there's some athlete scholarships I could apply for.
For medicals?
For like NCAA, like you can get scholarships, for like graduate programs at least. I know one person got it.
Listen, if you're playing the I'm white card, so I'm not going to get a scholarship, at least you're a woman.
I know.
Right? Because if you're going to play that card, then probably you could go to the extreme and say, if you're a white man, you're the least likely. So
that's true.
Playing your logic strictly.
That's true. No, that's true. I kind of thought about that. I did almost become a...
White students receive 70%. of scholarships.
Really? Wow. For what though?
Full tuition scholarships.
But for I will say my income, middle class, is the harsh against me.
Sure.
And I kind of explain.
Listen, I'm not fighting against it. I'm not educated on the statistics around scholarships. So when you throw that at me, I'm just playing into your own logic. Like, I don't know. So that's not worth going down a rabbit hole here.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be more people with opinions in the comment section. It's totally okay. I'm legitimately just not informed on that. I really hope you can get into this program. I'm just trying to think. I'm okay. Some people are completely against student loans and all thing. I think if we get a good specialty in medical that we know we're going to be making a good return on our investment, you can take out student loans. We just need to talk about a debt repayment strategy on the other side of it. So I am okay with that.
Yeah.
We can go about it in a smart way.
That's
if you go out and you just barely making your minimums and you just start living a high lifestyle after medical school, or you go in and you're like a, general practitioner and you're not making as much, it's just like, which also that's not necessarily bad, but if you take out a ton of student loans, it makes it much harder.
It's harder, yeah.
So there's ways to go about it. Okay, so obviously we want to make you a budget.
Yes.
Put you through all the education. But when do you want to go to medical school, though? Because
it's next year.
July,
August.
So we have barely less than a year to get out of credit card debt?
That's why.
So that's our goal here.
Yes.
That's a good goal. I'm glad you actually have a goal. Most people don't have a goal. This is actually pleasant to hear.
Yes.
Thank you. Income. Can we say? Do you know what it will be? Like, I don't know. What's your income going to be?
So I'm working 7 days a week. I'm working 4 hours each day at $20 an hour with that person through my agency. Then I'm going to be working at a juice bar for an additional 4 hours after that part-time. So that will also be 20 hours, 28 hours for the agency. And that will be with
What will your income be?
Oh, I don't know. Like I'm hoping to get to at least over $2,000. $2,000. Yep.
After all that, we're only talking $2,000 a month.
I haven't looked into it. I haven't done the number calculation.
I'm not going to put an income. Let's see what you just need. How about that? Let's start there. I'm not going to include the bills that your parents pay for the debts, but they could come and f you over. So just acknowledge that existence.
Yes.
Actually, I'll show you an if and or but. $660 without them are your bills, but for some reason they stop paying. Well, on the yard, the car they want you to take it over. So let's add the yard and the car. Then you're at $1,246 a month. Over doubling it. Okay. Do you have to pay for utilities or anything? Any kind of rent to them? Okay. How does food work at the house?
Me. I am responsible for my food mostly.
You are. Okay. $300. Follow our meal plan. Tweak it to your needs.
I did have a question about that.
Oh, sure.
What would be most comparable to HEB?
I don't know. California? I don't live there. But just...
or even in big chains, like Walmart, like
and I think
Winco,
like
maybe.
Kroger. Trader Joe's can be okay.
That's pretty pricey.
It can be okay.
Yeah.
It's really dependent on what you're getting. But again, it's just like go on the website.
Okay.
See if you can price out things on the websites because that's how we did our meal plan is using website prices and then building out. You go and you get that brand specifically. TP Fund. This is for all the things you else need to survive. Make up all the goodies. Okay, so good. Car insurance. Do you pay it? Or your parents?
Parents.
Okay, so again, this victim thing at the beginning, like it gets less and less and less empathy.
Yeah.
As we go on.
I'm very grateful. That's why
Phone
it's
bill?
really no.
Gas.
Me.
How much?
About $150 a month.
Okay. And gym?
No.
Gotta be working off them McD's. McDonald's, McNuggets. Anything else that needs to be in your budget? I'm not putting subscriptions. Do you have a pet?
My dog.
How much for pet food?
Probably like $50.
Okay. Do you have pet insurance?
No.
You should. It just saved me literally thousands like 2 weeks ago.
You know, I think I did actually talk to my mom about it, and she said that...
Stop talking to them about money.
Well, she gets vet insurance through her work. So, but she just hasn't been using it. So I told her after watching your show.
Okay, well, I'll put 35 in your budget just in case. Let's see what you need to survive. Is there anything else that needs to be in your budget that we've not accounted for yet?
No.
Obviously, you'll build a more detailed version after going through the program, but this is going to give us just a high. Okay, $1,235 a month. Okay. That's not hard to get. But what's hard is we need to get your credit cards taken care of, right?
Yes.
That's the big thing here. So we got the Capital One, 5,309, plus Credit One, 1,580. Your aunt. Plus yeah, but your dad's
helping. Big majority.
Marriott's 1,946.
My aunt watches your show.
Hello, Aunt. Make sure you smash that like button, Aunt of Maya. Is she going to watch the post show? Because that's where we get a bit more wild and...
I don't know if she has the Patreon or the membership. This will be my first post show.
It's fun. Yeah, I wouldn't want you to subscribe.
No.
Okay, so just the credit card is $12,780. With the money you have left, if you say... Okay, well, no. You have 11 months to pay it off. So what do we need for that? We need... And this is without taking any interest in account, but it's also without taking any snowball in account either. So $1,156, let's call that. That's what you need to pay towards that on a monthly basis to pay it off by the time medical school starts. We can do it.
I can do it. I know I can do it.
Yeah, but to be clear, in order to do it, you need... Wait, oops, sorry. You need to bring in minimum into your account, $2,391 on a monthly basis. That's your literal minimum.
Yep.
Literal minimum. Only put the money towards the smallest debt.
Yep. Okay.
Nothing extra. Minimum monthly payments and everything else. Then just keep rolling it over into the next smallest one. Don't look at interest. Just snowball works best for you, I think. Okay, not moving out until we go to college because that would add another line item. But again, that might make it even harder because you and your family, it's questionable. Okay. And it also means you're literally not spending a single cent outside of our budget, which is hard. So what I might do is aim to bring in $2,500 on a monthly basis.
Easy.
Net. Okay, but you're not, and you haven't. And
I
you still
haven't.
aren't, even with your multiple.
I'm biting the bullet now. I'm biting the bullet because I'm biting the bullet. I will be the one that's 32 hours a week. It will be 12-hour shifts, so I will at least get like a little bit more for the extra 4 hours on top because it will be at a hospital. And then I know it won't be that much, but tips from the little juice bar job too.
Sure. So what I want to see is I want to see you right back in that chair, or virtual, but preferably right back in that chair in 11 months, right before you go off to med school. And I want to see every credit card paid off, okay? Now, what I would actually prefer is, again, make it a little more and head it off to med school with at least like $3,000 saved up for a small emergency fund. I would rather more, but, we have limited time here. But that's what I want to do. And then your aunt would be paid off by then naturally if your dad doesn't fuck up as he's done. The yard and car, scary. Then all of a sudden we have to start budgeting. Again, this whole situation gets thrown off, by the way, if your parents start requiring you to pay for the car within the next year. Then you're just going to have to go find an extra $397 minimum.
Yeah.
And probably car insurance too. If they're going to make you pay the car payment, they might make you pay the car insurance. So there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts here.
Yeah.
And then the student loans, we'll worry about that after school. They'll enter deferment.
I do have like a small plan. I know it will be really challenging.
What's your plan?
If I have more expenses in medical school, since I will be carrying my CNA license, to just kind of do what I've been doing, even though it's bad, but do it in med school, like working with an agency.
It's going to be very difficult to work while in med school. Med school, law school, very hard to work while in.
No, I 100%
balance it
know.
correctly.
Yes.
And then once you're in residency, you still will be making like
Oh, yeah, I know.
So this is a long-term game here, but you could live an absolutely incredible life. You really could.
I'm in it for the long game. Then
for the short game, sacrifice.
Yes.
If you're really in it for the long game, focus on the short game, which is big sacrifice right now.
Yeah, and
Get your hammer score. Then we'll bring in the producers, do the post show, talk about some extra drama we haven't had here. We always love doing that. You guys can join that. Link in the description below. We have a lot of extra shows and stuff. It's pretty fun. But spending in a budget, you overspent it. So 0 out of 10. Debt. It's a weird situation to family.
No collections.
For your whole situation. I know. So it's not a 0, but it's a 1 out of 10. It's pretty much as bad as you and your situation can get without the collections or IRS debt. 1 out of 10. Emergency fund. 0 out of 10. There was nothing, right?
No.
Retirement, you barely started, so I'll give you a 1 out of 10. Real estate, nothing. 0 out of 10. We only rhymed up unless I hate someone, and I don't hate you. So, Hammer Financial Score, 0.5 out of 10. Make sure to join us in the post show, link in the description below, and check out our investing and budgeting program, which are the best on the entire internet, bundled together at a 15% discount. See y'all in the post show. Today on the Financial Audit Post Show.
My last guy that I dated, I swear to God, he was an NPC. Things.
What?
When you held his hand, he had to have his thumb on top. And he would get genuinely pissed off. He would never let me pay, ever.
That's so he could get.
And then he would complain about the fact that I didn't pay for anything.
I was just joking, but never mind. I guess it's.
No, it's exactly what happened. Outside of the restaurant, he wants to do it in the back of his car right there.
All right, people need to have a little bit of patience.
It's crazy out there.
To watch the Financial Audit Post Show, click the join button below.